But the UI disappears. And then it comes back. DRS is apparently disabled. It's 5 red lights. And we're underway for the season opener for Season 12, Bahrain here. And we can see Lanny and Jesse already making positions. TNKK falling back on those hards. Lanny up to P2 already. It's a McLaren 1-2 into turn 1. But that's an RB down the inside. Infamous pigeon. Causes a lot of damage there. Heine P4, Lanny P5. He's fallen back. It looks like Lanny is missing an end plate. Meanwhile, Max P5, that's a brake board completely gone. And that's Hugo all the way down in P15. Jaromir Bobek fighting his way for those points. Tim Blash P10. As we can see, that's one RB going down the inside. It's Ricardo. He's going to race TNKK here. TNKK, the biggest loser here, it looks like. Losing out on a lot of positions. I don't know where else he was meant to go once he got there. We'll see, we'll see. As the Aston Martin tangles with Lanny, a bit of contact there. Lanny missing his front right end plate, so he hasn't got maximum downforce here. And the Aston Martin's going to follow him along behind. DRS enabled on lap 2 now, as we have the new racing rules. Yep. Yes, Jesse, great move. And Heine's going to be looking down the inside of Jürgen here. Oh, big collision there. I don't know if anyone got damage, or if it was just a VFX explosion, I guess. Both on the hard, both have fallen back massively. Melvin missing a front right end plate. He knows he can't pit or he's out of this race, so he's just going to have to deal with it for the time being. Looking interesting. Hugo back up to P13 already, trying to fight his way back through the grid. He doesn't have damage. He's on the softs. He's in a position where he can make his way back through. But he's fighting alongside that Williams there. DRS is going to be open on the main straight, though. Jürgen's going to be chasing him down. Heine's going to be trying it round the outside here. Backs out, though. Tries to go for the switchback down the inside. Oh, takes a lot of curve there. Looks like he railroads across turn 3, but they're now making their way up towards turn 4. And Heine's just going to slot behind the McLaren. Meanwhile, Max is going to try it down the inside of Lanny. Just needs to calm it down a little bit on the overtakes. You don't need to get the moves done straight away. You should just work together and try and get past. Meanwhile, someone's down positions. It's Jaromir Bobek who's round. Go on 2 sets of softs just over and over. Meanwhile, Jürgen P2, P3 now as Heine finally gets the overtake done into turn 1. Jürgen a huge lock up there and his teammate Lanny's going to take advantage of that. In fact, Jürgen is round. I need to get a move onto this. Yeah, do a little bit. Melvin, though, spies an opportunity. He's up to P5. Gyro's going to be racing Jürgen now. Ricardo up to P10. Tim down a position. Tim down 2 positions as Danny Boy also gets the move done. Tim is going to have to cut a little bit of curve there down to P13, leaving himself vulnerable to Hugo here, who's still trying to fight his way back through the grid. This game is actually switched to truck racing. Man, I have been playing way more Euro Truck than this game. Hugo, though, alongside Tim here, is going to try it around the outside. Tim forcing him very much off track there. P5 through to P9. Really do need to step on it. But the heat should be coming into the tyres. The softs should start to fall off, and they should start to catch those ahead of them. I'd say the only thing that's going to slow them down is if they fight each other. Meanwhile, Jürgen, unfortunately, round at turn 1 again. Just... Melvin, though, now up to P4. As I said, those softs would start to fall off. Those hards would start to heat up. There's a caution, though. It looks like someone's in the wall. Danny Boy, not in the wall. He is round, though. Gets the car moving again. Up to maintains P12. Looks like his teammate might go for an overtake here, though. Because TNKK now going to have DRS. Gyro now also going to have DRS. Max has fallen back enough for him to manage it. But TNKK probably going to use some of that battery. Gyro's going to dive to the inside. TNKK is going to try the outside here. Into turn 1. TNKK much later on the brakes, but into the rear end of his teammate. And that's wing damage for the Red Bull driver, and that's Gyro through, and that might very well be Hellfire through soon. Meanwhile, that looks like it's a Williams round. Yeah, Danny Boy stuck on track. Looks like he's got the car moving again, though. A lot of people struggling with corner exit here. This game is very iffy for it. This hard group was a bit slow. Melvin still has a damaged front wing. I'm pretty sure TNKK also now has a damaged front wing as he goes around the outside of Gyro. Missing a front right end plate. I think he's going to repair that in the pits, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting them too much. On the softs, so he's going to have to do a hard stint at some point, and that is going to be one of his weaker stints. Lanny now into the pits to get off of those softs. First one of the front runners to come into the pits. Some would say words aren't my specialty. I would agree. Max, though, now collects another 3-second time penalty. Melvin and TNKK, good recovery drive so far. These two both need to replace their front wings when they come into the pits, as the leader, Jesse and Heiner, both come into the pits, and Melvin will now take the lead of this Grand Prix. TNKK, that's damage jumping out from the pits. That's a safety car. Who crashed out around the pits? Someone crashed into the pits. Something happened. Debris came flying out of the pits. Max comes into the pits to replace his front wing, so it might have been him. Possibly fuck up his braking. Possibly not. We'll find out. As the safety car is in this lap, everybody, it's lap 12. We'll resume racing on lap 13. Jesse P1, Heiner P2, Gyro P3. I'm going to be honest, I think anyone in the top 10 could probably win this. It's very interesting, because it's still very much going to be a two-stop. I don't think you can run hard to the end here. So those on the mediums are probably going to have a good advantage. Swipe the top 11 out and give Hugo the win. True. As Jesse has sent it, and that is a Ferrari round. Heiner, no! Oh, it was going so well for him. But unfortunately, it looks like he just had no traction out of the final corner, and now he has front wing damage. Ericsson hit him. Meanwhile, positions are swapping like crazy. A lot of people look to be caught up in a lot of stuff. Hugo manages to come out P9. Ricardo up to P7. Who's fallen back the most? TNKK again falls back to P14. I think that might... Like, everyone's on fresh tyres. TNKK has wing damage, so I wouldn't be shocked if he fell back from the start to begin with, but it looks like he must have been involved in something. Heiner into the pits now, onto the mediums, replaces that front wing. As Tim Bleich goes for down the inside of infamous Pigeon, and it's quite a nice overtake, I can't lie. Ricardo chasing down Hugo. Hugo up into P8, Lanny up into P7. These two managed to find a good few positions on that safety car restart. Gyro up to P2 now. Not Gyro, sorry. Jürgen up to P2, Gyro P3. Jesse maintains the lead. Jürgen's been gifted a second chance at this race. And it looks like Hellfire's going to try the exact same move, try and follow Melvin through, round the outside of Steve here. Through turn 13 here, very close. Looks like Hellfire's left just enough room. He's going to keep on pushing for it, though. They're side by side now, up towards turn 14. Is Hellfire going to back out? No, he doesn't. He leaves... He leaves Max just enough space, and he gets the move done. Hellfire up to P5 here. He's going to have DRS as well. And that little bit of scrapping has left Melvin. Let Melvin just drive away, and Hugo's going to go around Lanny here. And Max maintains P5, gets past Hellfire again. Has a much stronger slipstream than Hellfire had, and he's up to P5. Hellfire P6, Lanny P7, Hugo maintains P8. Tim now 2.5 seconds behind that group ahead. TNKK closing on Tim. He has DRS. He has the power of that Honda engine, and he's going to go down the inside and past the Alpine. I've been watching him for like every week for 5 years. He is amazing. As a lot of people now have DRS. Hellfire getting past Steve. Anyone else going for any moves? Hugo chasing down Lenny. Not close enough to go for an overtake, though. Oh, as Hugo goes incredibly deep. Rejoins the track. He has lost about 2 seconds, though. TNKK's caught him, and he's lost both DRS and Lanny for the most part, who's getting ever so closer to Max. TNKK closing. Jesse now into the pits, getting off these mediums. You know what? With 10 laps remaining, not a bad call. Alan. As Hugo, no! He started screaming, Hugo, I come back to check on him, and he's unfortunately round, and his rear wing has tapped that wall. He's got the car moving again. Max now also into the pits. Time to get off those softs. Lanny on the hards, though. It's interesting, because I think no one on the mediums is going to try and stretch those to the end. I think everyone knows you can't stretch them to the end. I don't think you couldn't when the game first came out. I don't know if they've changed it. And it'll be in the points, as Melvin gets past Jürgen, who has dived into the pits. So has Gyro, trying to cover off Jürgen. And Gyro onto a second set of mediums, and so's Jürgen. Alright, Jürgen comes out P9, Gyro P10, just behind Ricardo and Infamous Pigeon. Not too much, they haven't fell back too much. In fact, Jürgen and Gyro straight past, Ricardo just ceding that position. Lanny P3 currently chasing down Hellfire. Hellfire dives into the pits, though. Lanny takes advantage of that slipstream, has the DRS. He's going to use it to try and close that gap to Melvin ahead just a little bit. I think Hellfire's waited a bit too long to come into pit. Gyro now overtaking Jürgen. I hate how there are so few helmet designs in this game. Oh no, no, don't worry. There are as many helmet designs as there were in last game. You just have to use coins to purchase them. Like a Fortnite item shop. By the way, Lenny has caught Melvin. I don't know when he managed it, but he's closed that gap dramatically. Those mediums must be on their last legs. And Lenny's indeed going to take advantage of this. Both to harvest for a second there. Lenny's going to have DRS though, and I think he's just going to cruise past Melvin here. Melvin will do everything he can to defend, but it looks like Melvin's tyres have gone off, and it looks like TNKK's might have done the same. That is going to leave him vulnerable to Hero. There's a caution on track. It looks like it's a Red Bull. It looks like it's TNKK who's round. He's pushed those tyres too much, and unfortunately, he's lost the rear end for it. Damage to the front wing. Yeah, he's letting Jürgen... He's not letting Jürgen past. Oh, he is letting Jürgen past. All right. And he lets Gyro pass as well. I think he's just going to come into the pits for the softs. There's no way he... I mean, sure, he gets more points if he continues on, but he might just not finish. Lenny. You know what? I think Lenny's very much gone and done it, and I think Melvin's risking a puncture. And he's losing about... Well, yeah, he's lost 1.7 seconds to Lenny there. But it's really not when he hasn't got any tyres whatsoever. Gyro goes down the inside of Jürgen there, gets the overtake done in turn 1. Closing it rapidly. Meanwhile, Hellfire's going to go round Gyro. DRS open on that Mercedes. He passes his teammate. Mercedes having a spectacular race here today. 4-5, very strong race from them. Dismal day for Ferrari, it seems. Yeah, both drivers were saying this was going to be an off day. Both said they hate, both said they hate Bahrain. And that neither was really expecting it to be their best race. Hugo doing his best to try and scrape some extra points. He's caught up to Jürgen. So he's going to be finishing P9 as it's at P8 actually, because Pigeon is 6 seconds, doesn't he? Equaling a little bit within 9 tenths now comes the Aston Martin driver. High grip part of the track here. Gets it down to 7 tenths. It's going to be neck and neck towards the line. Come on, Jesse. Send it in the last corner. That's what we want to see. I genuinely think Jesse might... It's going to be bloody close. He's getting closer and closer within 4 tenths. Within 3. A corner remains. Jesse looks like he's going to have a better run out of it. He's going to have DRS for an instant. He's going to give everything he has, all of the battery, but he's just short. Lenny wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Melvin P2. Jesse misses out by 2 tenths on P2 and takes home P3. Hellfire P4. Gyro P5. Lenny might go, screams the McLaren team principal. God. Great drive from Lenny. Yeah, Lenny did great that race. TNKK P6 manages to claw his way forward on those mediums that should have exploded. If you don't feel pressure. Max P7. Hugo P8 here. Manages to drag that Ferrari a bit further forward. Infamous Pigeon P9. Mr. did finish. Mr. Jürgen takes P10. Tim Bleich P11, barely missing out on the points. Ricardo P12. Danny Boy P15. Jaromir Bobek takes home 13, and Heiner is going to do some donuts for us here. As he realizes he still needs to cross the line. How, man, those tires are fuck. 19 laps on those mediums were rough, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was incredibly close there, Jesse. Hammer Beef, thank you for the prime. Thank you very much for the prime. You are late, but you get to catch the very end. It pops up with a stupid Ferrari club thing.